Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be an eyeshadow palette review. I've been talking about this palette for a while now. I have played with this for a while and I think I have my full thoughts on this palette. So I thought let me film a review video for it. It is the new eyeshadow palette from Tann Beauty and this is called the This Is All I Need eyeshadow palette. I recently did a video with this palette. I did a look and I've been talking about this on Instagram as well a lot. So finally the review video is here. So if you guys are interested to see the swatches and also hear my thoughts, then please continue watching. Okay guys, let's get started with the video. So I will share my thoughts on this new eyeshadow palette. I will show you the swatches as well and I will also show you this look which I have done with this palette. So I will have the tutorial at the end if you guys are interested. But let's talk about this palette. It's called This Is All I Need by Tann Beauty. Now Tann Beauty is an Indian makeup brand which has been started by Shruti Bhatt Makeup. She's quite big on Instagram and she has a lot of beautiful looks on her Instagram page. So I will definitely leave her Instagram account below and I will also leave a link for that palette in the description box so that you can check out. This palette was out of stock for a while. It sold out pretty quickly. I was lucky enough to get this in the first batch, but it is now in stock again. So if you want, you can get this palette. This video is not sponsored. I have bought this palette with my own money and my thoughts are my own, obviously. So this is the new eyeshadow palette. This is all I need. This is how the packaging looks like. Very sleek, very simple packaging. It has an outer sleeve as well, which also has all the details at the back, and it is a cruelty-free brand. It's not tested on animals and it's made in Italy. Their Instagram page, the Tann Beauty Instagram page, it is beautiful. They have showcased the palette really nicely, and when I first saw the palette I was super duper intrigued. The palette just looks so beautiful. Honestly speaking, I don't get excited with too many Indian eyeshadow palettes, but this one really caught my eye, and since I was in India I placed an order and I got it. This is how the palette looks inside. It's a neutral palette with a pop of color, but I think still it has a lot of character. We'll go into the colors in the video, but let me show the packaging first. This is how the packaging looks like. There's a small little mirror here. The mirror is big enough to fit your eye, and I did my makeup with this mirror today, so it was quite handy. The palette is cardboard material and it's pretty lightweight, very travel friendly as well. So I do really like the packaging. It's very easy to handle, and I have always complained about palettes being too heavy. This one is not very heavy, and it also has a magnetic closure. Now let's look at the inside of the palette. I will definitely give you a close-up here. This is how the palette looks inside. As you can see, there are 15 shadows in this palette and each shadow is I think 0.8 grams. Yes, it is 0.8 grams. So you get a little less than 1 gram of product, but I think you still get a very good amount of product. Now before I share my thoughts on this palette, let me quickly show you the swatches of all of these shades. So here is a closer look at the palette. I will swatch the first row. Here is the first row of the palette. I haven't really built up the colors too much. This is how they swatch, and I think the pigmentation is really nice and they are very buildable. First we have a champagne highlight shade called Highlight. Then you have a nude shade. Both of these shades will work great as a brown highlight. Then we have Blow a Kiss, which is a orangey brown. Then we have a light pinky rosy pink shade. It's called Bed of Roses. And then we have the shade Kamikaze. I don't know if you can tell, but it is a shimmery, glittery, sparkly blue shade with some sparkle infused, and it looks really pretty on the eyes. Here is the second row of the palette. First we have a brown beige color called Workaholic, very beautiful standalone shade. Bonfire, which has a duochrome flip. Then we have a deeper brown called Powwow. Then we have a icy blue pink duochrome flip kind of a shade called Cast a Spell. It's an amazing color. And then we have a beautiful deep blue metallic shade which is smooth as a butter and very intense. I'm not really sure if you are able to see the shimmer and sparkle which is infused in those duochrome kind of colors. They look really pretty on the eyes. And here is the third row of the palette. All are pretty much one swipe. I haven't really built up much on these colors. First we have Nectar, which is a brown beige ochre sort of a color, really warm, nice shade. Then we have a deep plummy brown shade, which is called Smoke. Then we have a deep black called Kohl. Then we have a deeper reddish brown burgundy matte shade. And then we have a purple metallic shade, a violet purple shade. So those are the bottom row shades. I just couldn't help it. I added a little bit of this highlight shade in my brow bone and it looks so nice. It gives a nice lift to the brows. Okay, now let me share with you what I think about this palette. Let's talk about the shades. There are 15 shades, as I already mentioned. Out of these 15 shades, there are, I think, 8 shades which are mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there are 6 shades which are metallic or shimmer finish shadows. Now out of those 6 shades, there are 3 shades, 1, 2 and 3, which have a little bit of sparkle or glitter infused in them, so they have a little bit more dimension than your typical shimmer or metallic finish shadows. They are a little bit more sparkly. They are really pretty. They are almost borderline duochromes. Duochromes are one of my favorite kind of shadows. So you also have that formula in here, and you also have this very interesting texture here. This shade is called Kohl and it's a black. It's an intense deep black shade and it is a very like a thick texture shadow. It's not exactly a matte, it's not exactly a shimmer. It feels like a pressed gel liner, but not exactly very creamy as a gel liner. It's a very interesting texture and you can use this shadow as an eyeliner. It's very easy to draw an eyeliner with this shadow. Even in today's tutorial I will show you how I've done this eyeliner. But yeah, you can just use it in your daily life as an eyeliner, and I really like the texture of this shadow. Super easy to do an eyeliner. I use a very like a pointy brush. Where is it gone? Like this one. It's very small and pointy. It's the Maybelline brush actually. It's the Maybelline gel liner brush, and I just pick up this shadow with this one and just do my eyeliner. Works great. This shadow however has a different texture, so it's a little bit difficult to blend out, so you have to use a stiffer brush and a little bit more patience to blend this one out, but it does blend. So I'm quite happy that this kind of a very interesting shade has been put in this palette, and this also works great with all of the other shades. It can be used as a base and you can top any of the other shades up on this and you get a different sort of a color. Especially those sparkly duochrome shades, you can top them up on this shade. The effect which you get is stunning. I will probably do another look where I will show you that kind of a look as well. Talking about the mattes, very nice mattes. You get a variety of mattes. I think the color range of the mattes are really nice. You get some pinks, lighter pinks, deeper pinks, lighter browns, deeper browns, beige, light satiny beige cream sort of a color. This one is very good for highlighting the brow bone, which I have done today as well. Even for everyday kind of looks, you can just use any of the matte shade, like especially this lighter matte shade. Do a one color, one eyeshadow look. It looks amazing. I have been doing that myself and I've been really enjoying it, especially these shades. This one, this pink and this brown. Just put it all over the eye. If you want some definition, some depth, you can use these deeper colors. These deeper colors are also really versatile. You have a plummy brown, a burgundy sort of a color and a deep brown. So they are very cohesive together. I think the color range is really nice. You can do a lot with just the mattes. In fact, I was wearing a matte look in one of my previous videos. I don't remember which one. I'll just put up a picture here. This video I was wearing a all matte eye look and a lot of you really liked it. It was this palette. I was using this palette where I had just this one and a little bit of this orange shade. That's all. And if you want to just amp up your look for parties or events, you have a variety of colors here as well. In fact, I have done a tutorial just very recently, the previous tutorial which I did with this eyeshadow palette. I have used all of these 3 shades, so if you want to see that, you can just check out that video. And this blue color, so pretty. It has very fine like specks of purpley bluish sparkles, so it is not exactly just a blue, it has dimensions. So does these 2 shades. So pretty. This is like a icy blue, shimmery, glittery color, and this is like a golden peachy color with a little bit of purpley pink. Just for these 3 shades, I will say that they are a little bit more firmly pressed, so you have to use your fingers for the best maximum opacity or the best effect. If you want to foil your brush, you can do that. I think that also works great with these 2 shades. I will advise you to work with your fingers. If you want to use your brush, you will need a specific kind of brush to pick up these shadows. The brush pickup is not that easy, but definitely with the fingers, beautiful effect. And here you have a champagne gold, like a champagne, light champagne color, which I have used today in my inner corner. It's a basic champagne color, which is very smooth. So all of the shimmers I have just loved. In fact, I have used all of the shimmers so far. In fact, I have used all of the shades so far. Yes, there isn't a shade which I haven't used, and I've totally enjoyed the palette. The mattes are beautifully pigmented, they build up really well. You can do a light wash of color, and if you want more intensity, you can just build up the color. The build up is really nice. Blendability is very good. Just make sure that if you are looking for a much smokier eye look, then deposit the deeper shades first on your eye and then blend it out with the lighter shades. You will get a more intense look rather than doing the lighter and then the deeper in case you want a smokier look. And yeah, use this Kohl shade. This is a really versatile kind of a product which you get in this palette, so use it to the maximum. If you have deeper skin tone, you can lay this one first and then work with the other color. So yeah, I think this shade here, Kohl, it gives a very interesting characteristic to the palette, and I totally love this color. It's one of my favorite colors in the palette. It's super intense and super rich. Amazing. So that's it, guys. That's my thought on this palette. It is quite a unique sort of a palette. It has a lot of interesting textures and dimensions, so I will definitely recommend you this palette. If you're looking for a neutral palette, then also you can buy it, and if you want something more extra, then also you can purchase it, because it offers a lot to play with. And if you are creative, you will have a lot of fun with this palette. This palette retails for 2400 rupees, and it's available on tannbeauty.com, if I'm not wrong. I will leave the link in the description box. So that's it, guys. That's my review of this palette. I really hope it was helpful. I will leave the tutorial at the end of the video, so make sure to check it out if you are interested to see how I have achieved this eye look right here. If you liked this video, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye. Okay, let's get started with the look. So for this look, I will be creating a little bit of a liner first with this Kohl shade right here, which can be used as a liner very well. I love it as a liner. So I'm taking a pointy brush and just line as I will do a gel liner. So as you can see, it's really pigmented, and even if you just take a little bit of product, you can line your like do a eyeliner very quickly. And I will just drag it a little bit outwards, not too much, just a little bit, so that it gives a like elongated effect, and just fill it in. Don't have to be too precise or anything, because we are not going to keep it. As you can see, it's not very defined, it's more like a diffused liner. Then I will take another flat brush and I will take this shade right here, this deep plummy burgundy purple kind of a shade, and just go over this liner. So basically my idea is to just blend out, just diffuse the color. And I also take this a little upwards into the crease, sort of like creating a V. And then I will take this pink shade right here and tap off the excess and just blend the previous shadow out into the crease. So this is like a totally different technique which I'm doing. It's like all my way of doing eyeshadows. I don't really follow a particular technique. I will take the pink shade, the light pink shade called Bed of Roses, a little bit inside too. And with this look you will have to intensify the liner maybe 2 or 3 times, just that, so that it doesn't blend out too much. So make sure you're just blending the liner out. Okay, one more thing which I would like to do is put a little bit of this orangey brown shade in the crease, just very slightly, just to blend out the pink a little bit. This color blends so nicely, this orange color. You hardly have to do anything. And taking this orange down as well. It looks like a very complicated process, but trust me, if you start doing it, then it's actually very easy, and it's hardly going to take you any time to do this sort of eye looks. Okay, now for the bottom lash line I'm going to use this deep brown color and also that Kohl shade little bit. And for the inner portion I'm going to use this color right here. Now this is a very interesting shade, as I already mentioned. It sort of has like a duochrome. It has some small pinky purpley glitter flecks, so it sparkles very prettily. So I'm going to add very tiny amount of this shimmer. We just want a little bit of sparkle in the center. And for the inner corners we are going to use this shade right here, which is that silvery champagne-y color. Now if you want, you can also apply like a tape here and then do the liner. You'll get a more crisp line that also will look really pretty, but you guys know I never have that kind of time. So yeah, I think that's how I will let it be. That's what my idea was, and that's about it. I'll just apply my mascara and liner in my waterline, and that's all.